This episode has been brought to you by JustNForm.com. If you're tired of being censored, tired of having your data stolen and sold, go to JustNForm.com, a social media site where all voices are welcome.
So Candace Owens is back, unfortunately, for everybody with half a brain who is sick of hearing her voice, sick of seeing her self-defeatist, really just self-hating attitude. Candace Owens is just not right in the head. And when you add money to that equation, like she receives from Charlie Kirk and his organization, Turning Point USA, they start to believe their own nonsense and their own BS. But Candace Owens' most recent attack comes against Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. And she attacked her on Twitter, trying to somehow, because she's irrelevant, right? She's irrelevant. She isn't important. I feel like she's not influential at all. She's more of a reflection of the ignorance of in society today. She is not an influencer, despite popular belief. I don't think Candace Owens has really ever influenced anybody to do anything. And I want to be very clear about that. There are trolls online who will have you believe it, but not one time. I know a lot of black people. I've met a lot of black people in my life. I've met a lot of people in my life. People will say, oh, she's beautiful and smart and intelligent because they agree with what she's saying. But when, those same people call Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez an idiot. So, right? Anyway. So here's Candace Owens' tweet. Ben Shapiro, Charlie Kirk. AOC loves responding to white male Republicans on Twitter when she can paint herself as a minority victim. Except for very rarely does she paint herself as a minority victim. Like she's clapback queen. She tells it like it is. Whenever someone attacks her, she responds, and Candace Owens is offended by that, apparently, because that's the outrage culture we live in. It is not limited to the left, but it includes the right as well. She continues, but when a black Republican woman who wasn't even Republican 2 years ago, but got paid a lot of money and got a white Republican boyfriend who was a Trump supporter, and then she decided she was Republican. She couldn't fit all that into 280 characters, so I decided to go ahead and add that caveat for her. But let's continue. Anyway, when a black Republican woman who offered to debate her disastrous idea take a swipe, she indirectly replies. And then Candace Owens, out of all people, has the nerve to say that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is an intellectual coward. Candace Owens, who, when offered a chance to debate Kyle Kulinski, my memory could be foggy. It could be foggy. But when Candace Owens had a chance to debate Kyle Kulinski at politicon, she didn't. She didn't. And the only reason that Candace Owens is making any attempt to try and debate or even trying to have a conversation with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, it's because her career is dying. And being a sycophant only pays off for so long. Being an Aunt Tina, the women equivalent to an Uncle Tom, that only pays off for so long. Having these disingenuous ideas and these disingenuous conversations, it only pays off for so long before when people realize you actually have nothing substantive to offer. And if you aren't crying or whining about somebody on the left, then there's absolutely nothing for you to talk about. So you're trying to leech on to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez in order to remain relevant in a day and age where your relevance is questionable. You can go on Fox News all you want to, but which I'm sure she has a lot of money now, but when it comes to these quote unquote influencers, relevance to them is everything. Why do you think she sold her soul so quick? Remind you, this is the same Candace Owens who is super Barack Obama supporter. This is the same Candace Owens that in the middle of 2016 had an entire website dedicated to bashing Trump. Then she dated a pro-Trump supporter, one of those country club type of fellows. And now she's the biggest Trump supporter ever. She's a conservative Republican. She stopped drinking. She goes to church all the time when she never used to do that. She has issues. And I encourage you all to go watch her Joe Rogan interview. Fair warning, it is absolutely cringe-worthy. It is beyond cringe-worthy, people. Because you start to see some of the real issues Candace Owens is dealing with, and she needs to go see a therapist. She doesn't need to be on television. She needs to see a therapist. And this attempt to leech onto Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's popularity is no different than what Ben Shapiro tried to do. Because Ben Shapiro never calls out Bernie Sanders, for example. They debate him. He would never dare. Same thing with Tulsi Gabbard. Wouldn't dare sit in a room. Or excuse me, same thing. Yeah, same thing with Tulsi Gabbard. He would never sit in a room with Tulsi Gabbard and have a debate on camera. Never would he ever do that. But the thing is, the truth of the matter is, Tulsi Gabbard, as much as I love her, is not yet nearly as popular as Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. And Ben Shapiro, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, myself, Candace Owens, we're in this weird pool of adults around the same age where they are upset because they felt like they had to sell out to get to the position that they're in. And they did. And Ben Shapiro, for example, has no problem with that. But Candace Owens never got anywhere being genuine. And so when she sees Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez being genuine, not afraid to attack the oppressor, to rebut the oppressor, rather than join forces with the oppressor and pretend like the oppressor is on your side, Charlie Kirk and Ben Shapiro are the oppressors. They are Zionists. They are the oppressors. They are liars. They are sycophants. Well, except for, no, Ben Shapiro doesn't like Trump. He's too establishment for Trump. But Ben Shapiro is a sycophant to anything that is the left at all whatsoever. Believe that. I'm really interested to see what you all think about this. Leave a comment below. Make sure you like and share the video. Thanks for watching that segment of MCSC. You can donate to our Patreon and keep helping the network grow by clicking on the link in the description below. And also, make sure you join us at JustNForm.com. And finally, make sure you subscribe to us on Roku and be part of the very first independent news network on Roku TV. But more than anything else, always remember, find your balance. Peace.